Hello, my name is Fox and you're watching Den of Fools. Let's jump right in.
In week 18 of 2024, we had 103 tournaments, with a total of 2,131 players and 7,993 games played. We have a lot less tournaments than last time, with the first initial results since the balance update. There were some tournaments using old rules, but the vast majority are on the new codexes and points. Having said that, this week the Orcs topped the charts with 14 wins and 33 top 3 placings. Their weighted basic is 10.4, which is the best overall, and a significant improvement on the 16.6 they got last time. Many predicted their new codex will do well, with a good performance in terms of placings in the first week. The Space Marines come next with 13 wins, 57 top 3s, and a weighted basic of 45.5. This is a very big increase from the 16.6 they got last week, although there were a lot more tournaments to win. I'm a little surprised their weighted basic has increased so much, considering they mainly got buffs in the balance update. The Necrons are in third with 8 wins, 19 top 3s and a weighted basic of 33.5. They have dropped back after the nerfs, but they're still performing well. Surprisingly, Chaos Space Marines come next, also getting 8 wins with 15 top 3s and a weighted basic of 13.4, the second best overall. I must say I'm a little surprised they've done quite so well when the buffs seem relatively minor overall. We now know that their new codex is also on the way soon, so the form may well change again when it is released. The Grey Knights are the last faction in blue, with 7 wins, 14 top 3s and a weighted basic of 23.7. This is a lot more than the 11.8 they got last week, though they only had 2 more wins. The Sisters topped the green group with 6 wins, 17 top 3s and a weighted basic of 14.7, which is the third best overall. This is a very similar result to last time with 1 more win. The Tyranids also get 6 wins with 13 top 3s and a weighted basic of 26, which again is very similar to last week. Aldari and Tau both get 5 wins and 16 top 3s, with weighted basic of 28.4 and 25 respectively. They are ranked alphabetically, so the Aldari are ahead despite the Tau performing slightly better. The Thousand Sons also get 5 wins, with 11 top 3s and a slightly better weighted placing of 19.6. Imperial Knights get 4 wins with a weighted basic of 27.3, which is a significant drop for them compared to last time. Chaos Demons are the last faction in green with 4 wins, 10 top 3s and a weighted basic of 21.8. We have 8 factions in yellow, with the World Eaters topping the group with 3 wins and a weighted basic of 38.7. The Death Guard and Votan also get 3 wins, with the Death Guard narrowly getting more top 3s with 8 compared to the Votan's 7. The Drukhari get 2 wins and a weighted basic of 45, with the Guard also on 2 wins but a much higher weighted placing with 93.5. The Admech are in a similar position as usual, with 2 wins and a weighted basic of 19.5. Chaos Knights have a rough start to the new update with a single win and a massive weighted placing of 113. The Gene Stealers are the last known faction in yellow, also getting a single win, with a weighted placing of 43. Perhaps the biggest losers, since a new codex released, Custodians are the only faction in red, unfortunately not getting a single win. 22 factions managed at least 1 top 10 placing, with the Space Marines getting the most top 10s with 174. The Orcs have moved into second with 82 top 10 placings, with Necrons dropping to third on 69 top 10 placings. Unsurprisingly, the Space Marines are the most played faction with 17.96% of all players taking them. Necrons are still the second most popular on 7.27%, followed by Orcs in third on 7.04%. I'm a little surprised Necrons are still the second most popular. I personally thought that Orcs would have taken that from them, although they did come close.
It takes our resident stats guru and Ultramarine fanboy Fearless Fox many hours to collect all the data. It would be great if you could show your appreciation by liking and sharing the video. It really helps us with the God algorithm of YouTube. We have grouped the win rates by colour, with the key at the bottom of the screen.
With the first week of results after the changes, the Sisters topped the charts with an impressive win rate of 57.8%. They did receive some buffs in the balance update, but I am surprised they are quite this high. The Drukhari also have a very good week with a win rate of 56.8%. They have shown that they can do well, and perhaps are grateful to receive no changes when a few other factions were nerfed. The Grey Knights are also above the Goldilocks zone with a win rate of 55.9%. With them already performing pretty well, it is not too surprising that win rate has increased. Chaos Demons are the last faction above the Goldilocks zone with a win rate of 55.3%. Another faction that didn't receive any changes, but I did not expect such a big increase from the 50.2% they got last week. The Gene Stealer Cults are the first faction within the Goldilocks zone with a win rate of 54%. They did receive a few buffs, so it's not surprising their win rate increased, but it can be liable to swing significantly given the low number of players they have. The Necrons are on a win rate of 50.8%. It looks like GW have potentially balanced them, with a fair few factions now stronger. I did think they would still be strong, I'm more surprised by how many factions are above them rather than their current position. The Thousand Suns are close behind on 50.6%, which is just a little below what they were doing before the points changes. The Orcs are the last faction in green with a 50% win rate, despite getting the most wins and best weighted placing this week. There were a few larger tournaments using the old rules, which could explain why they performed so much better at the smaller tournaments. It'll be interesting to see what they do next week, when we know every tournament will be using the new rules. Imperial Knights top the yellow group with 49.4%, with Admech close behind on 49.1%. Tau get a win rate of 48.3%. I'm sure Tau players are keenly waiting for their codex to see play across tournaments. The Space Marines come next with a win rate of 47.6%. Stay tuned till later on in the video to see how the individual chapters performed. The Eldari are close behind on a win rate of 47.4%. The World Eaters are the last faction in the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 46.4%. As seen above the Goldilocks zone, we have a lot more factions below it as well. These are mainly the factions that got little to no changes, such as Death Guard and Chaos Knights. The Tyranids are still struggling despite their buffs on 44.6%, alongside Chaos Space Marines. Custodians especially see a big drop in their win rate, which leaves them below the Goldilocks zone on 44.1%. The Voten are unfortunately at the bottom, on 42.9%, with no factions in red. We have reset the win rates from the 29th of April to reflect the new rules coming into effect. Due to this, the ranking is the same as the weekly this time out. We can compare some of the 4-week rolling win rates to this week's to get a decent feel for how some factions have changed. Sisters and Grey Knights have increased their win rate compared to the 4-week rolling, but not by the same extent as Drukhari and Demons. The comparison for Necrons and Thousand Suns shows their drop, which is more surprising for Thousand Suns, considering they got mainly buffs with some nerfs to 2 key enhancements. A lot of the factions are reasonably similar, with the biggest loser being the Custodies when comparing their 4-week rolling win rate of 51.6% to their win rate of 44.1%. Of course, this is only the first initial results, so it can all change in the coming weeks. One thing I will say, it seems as though GW have made the game more unbalanced, with a total of 11 factions outside the Goldilocks zone, compared to 3 before the changes. The Space Wolves top the win rates with an impressive 57.6%, followed by the third most popular chapter, the Black Templars, who get a win rate of 52.7%. The Space Wolves performed very well after the changes, with the Black Templars remaining strong despite the nerfs, which were really minor. The most popular chapter, the Blood Angels, come next with a win rate of 51.9%, which is impressive considering their strongest options took a heavy hit. The Death Watch and White Scars both get a 50% win rate, although they only had 4 players each. The Salamanders top the yellow group on 46.2%, with the Iron Hands on 45.8%. Phyllis's favourite Blue Boys, the Ultramarines, just miss out on the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 44.2%. The second most popular chapter, the Dark Angels, top the red group, with a win rate of 39.7%, which is the unknown chapter also gets. The Raven Guard win a third of their games, with the Imperial Fists at the bottom on a win rate of 13.3%. After the changes, it seems that the Diversion chapters are still the way to go, which isn't surprising considering they simply have more options. As with the old faction running totals, we have reset the win rates from the 29th of April, which gives us the same running total as the weekly this time out. When comparing the 4-week rolling win rate, there are a lot of chapters which are fairly similar, with the Space Wolves performing very well, and the Black Templars getting the exact same win rate with 52.7%. The Codex chapters are still struggling, with most of the players below the Goldilocks zone. I'm sure we'll see plenty of movement in the coming weeks, but Space Wolves and Templars are looking like the most competitive chapters at the moment. Again, we've reset the Chaos Warband's win rates, with the Wordbearers at the top with 53.8%, and the Night Lords on 50%. The Unknown Warbands have performed significantly better compared to the 4-week rolling win rate, with 46.3% compared to 40.7%. The Alpha Legion and Iron Warriors are on a win rate of 37.5%, with the Black Legion on 29.6%. The Emperor's Children at the bottom on 12.5%. You know that they are getting their own index when the Chaos Space Marine Codex releases. Speaking of which, the Codex is going to pre-order this weekend, so these stats will change very soon.
If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe, check out one of the videos on screen, and consider using our affiliate links in the description. Thank you for watching.